Hey, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're gonna find the best low carb snacks from my Dollar Tree haul coming up next. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, I'm gonna do low carb snacks from my Dollar Tree haul. If you find this video helpful, smash that like button, click subscribe, and sign up for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss email, all things keto, low carb, weight loss, and fasting. Let's go into the Dollar Tree and I'll show you what I got. Okay guys, I'm so excited to show you all things Dollar Tree, all things low carb diet, but first I have to give the disclaimer. Of course, organic is best, grass-fed is best, but I like to give that disclaimer. That's always what I punt to, not having chemicals and things, but do the best you can afford, right? Like I've done videos on SNAP or food stamp budgets. I've done lots of different ways all the way up to Whole Foods grocery shopping. So right, I wanted to give an option of different choices you could have. So I always punt to do the best you can afford. I hate when people come on, the keto police come on and start ramming about certain things. And I know that people are on food stamps or can't afford higher value food. So do the best you can afford. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to show you some things, and always be mindful of the ingredients for inflammatory properties that will stall your weight loss. Speaking of which, here's my before and after. Isn't that so fun? Now let's dive in and I'll show you the rest of my goodies. So my number one low carb snack at the Dollar Tree is the O Snap Pickles. I highly recommend them. They're only $1, which is the cheapest out of Walmart, Aldi, Costco. This here at Dollar Tree makes it the cheapest low carb snack and my favorite. They do have to be refrigerated, but they have here the jalapeno version also, which is a great kind. I definitely would recommend put this in your shopping cart. Definitely get this low carb snack. It's great for travel, work. If you need on the go things for keto on the go, the juice is good electrolytes. Some people are weird about pickle juice, but it's one of the best electrolytes you can have if you get cramping legs or things like that from the ketogenic diet. If you are more low carb and more, or even on Atkins diet, this is a great low carb snack. Putting it in my cart. So your question of the day, put in the comments below. What's your favorite Dollar Tree item? I want to see. That's our poll for today. So my next low carb snack is going to be these, what are they called? Sunflower seeds. I love sunflower seeds, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the ingredients just to be mindful. Of course, if you can find a plainly flavored one, great, rock on with your bad self for a good low carb snack. But this does have in it 8 carbs for the whole package. So if you're on a road trip, that is 3.75 ounces. So it's almost a half of a cup for 8 carbs or 5 net carbs, depending on how you count for this whole pack. If you're stuck in a car or stuck on an airplane, of course, trying intermittent fasting would be the best solution. But next to that, this would be a low carb snack, not necessarily keto because of the ingredients in it. It does have corn syrup, which is inflammatory, so it could lead to weight loss stalls or puffery, which if you're trying to get on a scale or trying not to have puff, like I noticed yesterday, I had creepy carbs right in here. You can see the puff before and after. The next 2 low carb snacks that I got that I thought would be great for the low carb diet are pork rinds. You can use this in your fried chicken recipes. You know, a lot of different things. You can make nachos out of them. I highly recommend their Dollar Tree pork rinds. They're a great low carb choice. And in terms of carbs, let's talk a little bit about the barbecue. Let's talk a little bit about the barbecue ones. The barbecue have 2 carbs for 1 ounce, and there's 3 servings in the barbecue one. So maybe that's not the best choice, but if you go to the plain bag is only zero carbs for 3 servings, which is 1 ounce. So we know that food manufacturers, per the FDA, don't have to round up. If it's 0.9, they can round down. So this may be 0.9 for the serving, and they made it simply 0. So something to think about for your low carb diet of different snacks. So another one of my favorite low-carb snacks is simply making shredded cheese on parchment paper to make your own cheese crisps. If you've seen the whisk crackers, you can make your own and just get fresh cheese. Ideally, you get a block of cheese and shred your own. On the back of these shredded cheese, they do have additives that make it for the anti-clumping, which can be creepy carbs and stall your weight. So ideally, you shred your own block of cheese, but in a pinch, this will work. And with sour cream, you can use it as a grate. Put that on top of your cheese crisps. Put it in the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes on parchment paper. Best low-carb snack I highly recommend from the Dollar Tree. I'm so excited to show you guys about my LaCroix. I love sparkling waters during my eating windows. During intermittent fasting, I don't have flavored waters. I just have plain sparkling water or plain seltzer water. But LaCroix, it's great. Look at this. This whole thing is $1 for this huge liter. I just would be mindful, again, if you're doing intermittent fasting, it wouldn't be a good fit. But for the low carb diet, heck yeah, put that in your cart. They have this flavor, a raspberry flavor.
I guess I could bake cake in it.
Yeah, the lid they just said
And they do also have Propel water, which potentially could be another option. Some people talk about, it says electrolyte beverage, so let's talk about that. To me, and what I've used, I don't use fancy pills, I don't use fancy anything. I simply get organic pickles and drink the pickle juice, which is organic. I highly recommend it. For me, it's taken away any leg cramps that can come from doing a low carb diet, the Atkins diet, the keto diet, like any sort of diet like that. I don't buy electrolyte water. If you like the flavoring, great, put it in your cart. But for me, I'd rather just drink pickle juice. I have pulled out some of my favorite low carb snacks. So some of the best ones that I've gotten are these whole peanuts. I love them. They're a great low carb Dollar Tree choice. You can make your own. There's the breaking of the peanuts, which slows us down in our eating, which is awesome. In terms of carb facts, it's 5 carbs for a 1/4 of a cup without the shell, or 2 net carbs depending on how you count your carb macros. So this would be a great choice. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my cart. The final thing that I have is my trail mix. I love trail mix. Here's the brand that I got. It does have, of course, chocolate in it. So if you're doing keto, shield your eyes, friends, shield your eyes. You could make your own trail mix with Lily's chocolate, which I'll put that down in the description link below. It's one of the cleaner chocolates. But so the ingredients aren't so good, right? Like, so we know that this is more of a junk food type of one, but it's 13 carbs for 1 ounce. There's 5 servings, so this whole bag is 65 carbs. And it's 11 net carbs, so 55 net carbs. So it's 5 ounces. Does that count? But relative to some of our other 5-ounce things in our cart, it's not such a good choice. So I'm gonna put this back onto the shelf. It also has raisins in it, which people think that raisins are awesome, but they do spike your glycemic index, which can lead to weight gain if you're having weight stalls like I have along my 83-pound weight loss journey. I found one. Okay, peanuts. I love peanuts. Peanuts are not keto because they're a legume, but they're a great low carb snack. I love this one. It is made in canola oil. So again, creepy carbs and being mindful of that. Not creepy carbs, but inflammatory properties. Someone's going to correct me and be the keto police. It has inflammatory properties. So I would suggest it's 1 net carb per 1 ounce. And in this container, there's 5. So it's 5 net carbs for this whole thing. We do know food manufacturers, it could be 1.9. They could technically round it down to that 1 net carb. So just being mindful of that. If you go by only carbs and not net carbs, it is 4 carbs for 1 ounce. But I'm excited about these little guys. Isn't the tin so cute? It's cute. So it's going to go in my cart. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe to see all things keto and intermittent fasting, and make sure you sign up for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss email where I send you a free keto meal plan and intermittent fasting plan. So they do have Polish sausage in here, which would be a great choice for a low carb snack. I would just be mindful of any inflammatory ingredients in them. Let's go check. So it has in here mechanically separated chicken as the first ingredient. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back. I am kind of afraid of that. To me, it's not worth getting this. With that, it's for me, I'd rather do intermittent fasting, which has saved me literally so much money, and doing periods of fasting and get higher quality meats through a meat CSA I'm a part of. They do grass-fed beef, and it's surprisingly inexpensive. So I'm gonna put this one back. Okay, here's the cheese section. I love cheese. Cheese is so good. But this format that you can get as a full block and shred your own. Like, they even have a feta cheese here. Does your Dollar Tree have a feta cheese? My mouth is watering. I want some feta cheese with some olives. Let's go check out the olive aisle to see if they have any. Okay, I did find the plain sunflower kernels. This would be a great low carb snack. Let's talk about the macros on the back and the ingredients. So the ingredients are only the roasted sunflowers, the best ingredients you could have. It's clean in terms of ingredients, and in terms of carbs, it's 4 net carbs per 3 tablespoons or 7 carbs per 3 tablespoons. There's 6 in a package, so that's 12 for this huge 5-ounce package, which is more than half of a cup. It's what, 3/4 of a cup is 5 net carb. No, is 24 net carbs for this whole package. So it's not really, actually, I take that back. It's plot twist. It's not a great low carb snack because there's 6 servings, 3 tablespoons, there's 4 net carbs. So 4 net carbs times 6 is 24 net carbs in this whole package. So it would not be a good low carb snack. In terms of carbs, it would be 7 carbs times 6 is 42 carbs for this whole thing. Now, again, if it's going back between this and Cheeseballs, get this package. It has high fat in it, which is good for your brain. So the ingredients are clean on it. That has high fat, but it's really not a low carb snack. So next we have pistachios as one of our low carb snacks. So these pistachios, the whole bag is 0.75 ounces, which is less than 1 ounce. Let's see how many carbs are on the back of it. It's 6 carbs or 4 net carbs for this 1 ounce. I love the way pistachios taste, and I love that they're already shelled for me. I try to get things that aren't shelled in them, or that are shelled, because it takes longer to eat, which slows me down from eating too many. But we're going on a road trip, so this is going into my cart. So my next couple of low carb snacks are jerky. A lot of y'all ask me about beef jerky. So here's an example of something that you think, oh, that would be a great low carb snack. Depending on how many macros you do, I do the ketogenic diet, so I only have 20 net carbs or 20 carbs per day. That's helped me lose my 83 pounds doing the keto diet with intermittent fasting. But for this product, it is their Butterball tender cut beef jerky. It's the spicy Thai seasoning. So you have one package, which is only less than an ounce. Like, that's not a lot. That is 7 carbs for this itty bitty little package of meat. If you literally push the air out of it, it would be like, I'm not sure how many, so 8 ounces is a full cup. So this is 1/8 of a cup is 7 carbs. I'm gonna say that's way too many carbs for the small package size. It is not approved. So I found another beef jerky to see if these ingredients were a little bit more clean or more low carb from the Dollar Tree haul here, and it looks like there's 7 carbs for this whole package, and the package is only less than 1 ounce, which is less than 1/8 of a cup. So I'm gonna say no, the beef jerky is not a good low carb snack for the Butterball brand. So cashews, I love cashews. However, they are 11 carbs for this package, which is only 1 ounce. It's a higher low carb item. So people think that cashews are low carb, but it's surprisingly not. So I'm going to put this back on the shelf and look for some other nuts that would be a better low carb and keto choice. So as we're walking through, your question of the day is, what is your favorite Dollar Tree item? Put in the comments below. I'm going to take a poll. I want to see your opinion. What is your favorite item to get from the Dollar Tree? Another favorite low-carb snack that I say you have to get from my Dollar Tree grocery shopping haul is get the almonds, the roasted almonds, the salted kind. The macros look pretty good on the back. It is 5 carbs for 2 servings, so 10 carbs for this whole package. But if you do net carbs, it's 2 net carbs per serving, so 4 net carbs for 2 ounces. Again, that's only 1/4 of a cup for 4 net carbs. But if you're in the car, you're trying to grab something, this is a low carb choice that you could do that is low carb, high fat, moderate protein, which is technically a keto snack that you could get for keto on the go. So I picked these up because as a low carb snack, because I love coconut chips. These are awesome. They looked really, really good. So I thought that they potentially would be clean. And I always like to check the ingredients in addition to the macros. So the macros were 14 net carbs for this whole pouch, or 20 carbs for this whole pouch. So basically on the keto diet, this whole package, which is only 1.65 ounces, so less than 1/4 of a cup, is your whole macro day for macro counting of carbs. So it would not be the best bet, but also has a ton of sugar in it. So when people see things coconut, they think, great, it's high fat, low carb food, it would be great. But not so great in terms of having all those sugars. And even on like Atkins diet, with the keto diet, like we have to be mindful of sugars because they spike insulin and that can lead to weight loss stalls. So this guy, unfortunately, even though I really wanted him to be, is not approved. However, if you have little children, little kids like I do, I have a 4-year-old boy, this is a better choice than say Doritos, or this is a better choice than say like Cheeseballs. I would say get this instead because it does have the high fat, which is great for brain functions. Our brains need the high fat. So even though it's not really low carb, the high fat in it has organic coconut. It does have organic cane sugar as the second ingredient, but still this is a better choice if it's between this and Cheeseballs.
I'm right here looking at stuff.
I know, looking at stuff that you can buy.
Well, okay.
So y'all ask me all the time about True Lemon, these flavored crystal packets. I used to do a ton of these over 2 years ago. Big Diet Coke drinker. I would drink 6 Diet Cokes in a day, would drink these type of packages. I found for me, and everybody's body's different, they did stall my weight loss. So I don't recommend them simply for the fact that like it stalls my weight loss. But if it's between this and something else like a full-fledged soda, I'd say get this. But it does have the crystallized lemon, and then the back of it is no carbs. So if you're jonesing for some sort of low carb drink, this potentially could be a choice. There's 12 packets for only $1, making these less than 10 cents per packet. Just put it in your water bottle, shake it all about like the hokey pokey. So this could be a great low carb snack. However, be mindful of the chemicals in it, right? Like obviously, as I gave in my disclaimer, water's best. Things like that are best. And I know I'm going to get tons of comments on it, so I'll reiterate my disclaimer again. Of course, organic and grass-fed is best, but do the best you can afford. Look at the ingredients. Start knowing what's in the ingredients and what can be inflammatory properties and what can be creepy carbs. Creepy carbs are like soybean oil. That's inflammatory property, not a creepy carb. Maltodextrin is a creepy carb. Maltodextrose, dextrin. Put in the comments below of other creepy carbs or inflammatory properties you know of. Sugar-free meat is a big one. Food manufacturers, particularly in the refrigerated aisle, do hide sugars in there, so be super mindful of any sort of sugars and labeling. There's like 200 different labels of sugars that food manufacturers can use, including natural flavorings. So just be mindful when you're through here and do the best that you can afford. No guilt, no shame, no condemnation. So the next thing that I picked up was ranch dressing. This does have soybean oil in it, which is an inflammatory property, which can stall your weight loss. It does for me, but I love having ranch as a great low carb snack with maybe some celery, maybe with some cucumber, some other low carb vegetables. I will link down below my low carb keto vegetables, but the ingredients in this are not clean, right? Like, so full disclaimer on that, but it is for 2 tablespoons, 2 carbs or 2 net carbs per package. So I'm gonna put this in my cart just because I need some more ranch dressing, but being mindful, ideally like organic ranch dressing is the best, or just using an olive oil and apple cider vinegar for your dressing. But we're having my little boy wanted some dips for his back to school snacks. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in our cart as a So I have picked up some coconut oil. Coconut milk. You can do a lot of cool things with coconut milk. You can make smoothies out of them. You can put them in your crock pot with chicken and make really cool Indian dishes out of them. You can do really, really cool things with coconut milk. So let's talk about the ingredients of how you can make this a great low carb snack. I've made low carb popsicles out of these. I will put the video link for that down below in the description, but it's basically coconut milk, water, potassium metabosulfite, which I can't pronounce the ingredient, which is not a good sign, but it is for the serving size. There's 5 in the container, 2 carbs or 2 net carbs. So there's 10 net carbs for this huge 13.5 ounce. So mixing with other things, it's a great high fat, moderate protein, low carb. It's 0 protein, so it's not moderate protein, it's no protein. It would be a great high fat, low carb item that you can use in other dishes as like a low carb pantry staple. So I'm gonna put this in the cart because we don't have any more coconut milk at home and I need to stock up on it. Y'all, you know I love some coconut oil because of the high fats for good brain functionings and also for weight loss. Surprisingly, it keeps you full, so you're not eating more. I recommend coconut oil. Put it in your coffee, in your tea, a teaspoon, and use a frother to froth it all around. I will put my frother in the description link below. I get one off Amazon for only $6, so this is a great choice. I'm putting it in the cart. So down below, there's a whole bunch of teas, and I spotted green tea, which I love. I do use Pique tea because they check it for molds and metal toxins and things like that in it. But this is a potential choice to put your coconut oil into, and it does, for me, I don't get as jittery as I do with coffee, so this would be a great choice to put in your cart. Many of y'all have asked me about olive oil. This olive oil is horrendous. It's really it's canola oil, which is inflammatory, which is not a good property. So I would not recommend this, using it to like marinate things or use it for your vegetables. It's not a good high fat source because of the canola oil added. Vegetable oil and canola oil are inflammatory properties, so this is going back on the shelf. So these Jello type packs, I avoid them because of the spiking, like anything fruit associated for me. Doing blood tests, I do blood glucose tests, and I can see it spikes my insulin, which stalls my weight, so this would not be a good choice for me. How cute are these? Fox socks. Oh my gosh, I want some. They're cute little foxes for only $1. Those are adorable, and they have squirrels. Oh my gosh, for Thanksgiving, I actually may have to get these. Those are pretty dang cute. And little squirrels. Oh my gosh, how cute are these for upcoming Thanksgiving? Those are adorable, if it would focus. There we go, now my camera's focused. Those are cute, only $1. Gobble gobble, friend. I'm debating if I should get these. They are just anklet socks though, so I'm gonna put them back. Those are really cute. I wish they were like these knee-high ones. Sorry guys, back to the low carb items, but I got distracted by these cute socks. They're so cute. And I cannot go over to the seasonal aisle because I will buy everything. Look, they have kids socks. They even have little girl Valentine's Day socks. How cute. I'm totally getting these for my little boy. I think that these are hilarious and he needs them in his life and I need them in my life too. So I'm not seeing anything super clean in this aisle, although I found about a million fall things I want to purchase. But in terms of the one thing I did find that would be a potential low carb snack is this Jif creamer. It's 3 packs in here, 33 cents. You could obviously buy in bulk a larger peanut butter and then just make your own packages. But if you're in a hurry or in a time crunch, potentially this would be a good thing to grab. But let's look at the ingredients and the carb factors for it. It's 11 carbs for one of these packages, or 8 net carbs depending on how you get these. It also has 4 grams of sugar, which would not be so good. So being mindful of that, it also does have fully hydrogenated oil in it, which is an inflammatory property. So those are the pros and the cons of these. Potentially it would fill you up because it is high fat in it, but in terms of being low carb, it is not that. And protein, it does have 9 grams if you're needing to get some more satiation of being full. So for folks on a budget, there's 2 different choices with your peanut butter. This is 10 ounces for $1, of course, and then these creamy Jif to-goes are 4.5 ounces for $1, so you get an extra $5.5 ounces in the bigger package. If you're on a budget or if you're doing grocery shopping on a budget, just being mindful of buy the bigger amount and do some meal prep or have your kids scoop them into little glass containers for you. So I couldn't help get these. My little boy's gonna paint them for Christmas gifts for people. They're little napkin holders. So I thought that was so cute. I got a bunch of them. And we're gonna do a little crafting project for all of his grandparents using these. They did have a paint set too. That is only $1. I'm just gonna reuse the paints on that. And then they have these other little ones if you already have the paints that are just blank. So I thought those were fun little gifts for my little boy's grandparents from my Dollar Tree haul. And I know I'm getting off shopping, so let's go home. I'll go show you everything, but I cannot, I just love all their little extra fall things. They're so cute. Okay, here's my shopping cart. Let me go ahead and go do a recap for you back at home with all of my different products. I am home. I'm so excited to show you my Dollar Tree haul items. I'm pumped about what I got. And I think this is gonna be super helpful for low carb snacks for you. It's gonna be great. And I'm getting ready to do a travel. So I'm gonna take actually some of these and put them into our car as we're loading in. The first thing I was pumped about was these sunflower kernels. I talked about them. They are 4 net carbs per 3 tablespoons. Not the best low carb choice, but certainly a good one. This is better than like Doritos. So the other thing is these snap pickles. These do need to be kept refrigerated. So keeping that in mind for your low carb snacks, it is 2 carbs for this whole 3.5 ounce bag. Of course, getting a big old jar of pickles and making your own and pulling them out will be more cost effective, but this is a great choice if you just need something to grab and go for a low carb snack. The next thing I got that I know a lot of y'all will be very excited about is your pork rinds. So I'm not a huge low carb snack pork rind fan. I had not acquired that taste. I love all things pork, but not pork rinds. So I did get them to show them, but I'm gonna actually use these in one of my keto meal videos of how I make keto meatballs. So stay tuned for some of my other Countess of Low Carb YouTube videos about that. But this, in terms of the macros for them, was 1 ounce is 0 carbs. But we know food manufacturers can say it's 0.9 and round down to 0 as opposed to being 1. So I try to keep that in mind with packaged foods. The fat is 10 grams and the protein is 18 grams. For the whole package, it's 30 grams of fat, 0 carbs, and 55 grams of protein. You can smash these and put these for fried chicken, keto fried chicken, one of my awesome keto meals. So this is a great keto snack food, a low carb snack food, but also can be used for some really cool low carb meals, Atkins meals, things like that. I did get the barbecue ones because I was curious. I am gonna try these and see if I like them, maybe with the extra flavoring, but knowing what the macros were for the plain, and now for this Dollar Tree item, it was 2 carbs for the package, or for the whole bag. The whole enchilada bag is 6 carbs, 27 grams of fat for the whole bag, or 9 grams of fat just for the 1 ounce portion, or 16 grams of protein for the 1 ounce portion, or 49 grams of protein for the whole bag. Of course, we know keto is high fat, moderate protein, low carb. So I wanted to try these and see You'll see them on an upcoming video, I'm sure. The next thing I did get for my snack was these peanuts. They are not a keto snack because peanuts are a legume. This does have canola oil, which is inflammatory. The ingredients were not clean on it, but I thought, like, for throwing in my pocketbook while we're traveling, we're gonna have these. This is a better choice, and because of the protein and high fat in it, it's gonna keep me more full. So if you're just starting a low carb diet, I would encourage, get this. You can start easing your way into other low carb snacks that are higher quality and better choice, but this is still a good choice for now. I got my almonds. This bag, right, like I like to buy in bulk. I can get them on Amazon for significantly cheaper sometimes. And then also like Costco or other sale items like Sharp Shopper sometimes has big bulk bags. Say that 5 times fast, big bulk bags. But for this Dollar Tree item, these almonds were 2 ounces, were 10 carbs or 4 net carbs, depending on the macros in which you count. 30 grams of fat for the whole package and 12 grams of protein for the whole package. So it does made out of canola oil with it. So that is inflammatory, which is going to make you puff. The puffery is real, like State Puff Marshmallow Man. And you'll notice the theme in these Dollar Tree items. I hope that you notice the theme that a lot of these have canola oil and that there's way better choices for low carb items that can be inexpensive from other sources. But realizing some of y'all live, like that's the closest thing that you live near. Particularly in rural Virginia, I know that for a fact that like this Dollar Tree is like the only thing in the town. Here's my peanuts. I like breaking off shells and things because it takes me longer to eat them, so I eat less. That's strategy, my friends. So it was 30 grams, which I don't quite understand what that means, without shells, or a fourth a cup without shells, 30 grams without shells. Oh, it's the same thing. We need to edit that out. Hopefully that won't pop up in here. But so for these peanut shells, 5 carbohydrates per fourth a cup, or 2 net carbs per fourth a cup without the shells, which is 6 servings in this whole bag. You'll notice it's 10 ounces for this whole bag. So it's basically, what is that? 1/8 of a cup without the shells. So how do you figure that out? Like, this is where I get confused. And I think that food manufacturers sometimes make it confusing of what does that look like? Like, so let's break these out. My husband's gonna love me that I just used all of our bowls on this, but I wanted to show what the portion size would look like. So that is 1/6, that's the portion size in which this is talking about. So this is 5 carbs or 2 net carbs, and you have the peanuts within the shells. So I wanted to show that. This is what that looks like in terms of portion. So I wanted to show what these bowls look like in terms of portion size. I don't know, and that's why food manufacturers can sometimes be tricky. I didn't know what a 30 grams is and 1/6 of a 10-ounce package. It's not like it's 1/5 to make it easy math. It's 1/6. So like that's what it looks like. That is the 5 carbs or 2 net carbs portion size. Is this worth it to you? Is it worth it to you to have these delicious peanuts where you break the shell off? Oh, and look. Dun, 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 dun. Is that worth it to you? They taste really good though. Let's check the ingredients. So the ingredients are only peanuts and only salt. So at least they have that going for them, that it's not like canola oil, dipped, bathed, something. Maybe you guys know something I don't know about making peanuts, but I'm gonna go with, there you go. But this is a low carb snack. I'm gonna simply stack up all my peanuts and show you my next low carb treat, which was in the shell pistachios. Excuse me, out of the shell. I didn't want to, like I just said, I like having them in the shell to take time. Pistachios, I just like to pop them because they're so good. So this is 0.75 ounces. I generally only like to have a fourth cup of nuts or less per day because if I eat too many nuts, it makes the weight loss stalls for me. So if you're having weight loss stall, A, maybe it's the canola oil or other inflammatory properties in your ingredients if you're doing low carb, or B, maybe you're having too many nuts or too much dairy, i.e. cheese. So in here, these were 6 carbs or 4 net carbs. Fat is 10 grams and protein is 4 grams for these buttes. These are going in my backpack, by the way. My little boy loves to pop these. He's gonna be so excited because they're green. Little kids like if your kid's like mine, he likes that they're green. So these are a win for us in terms of being a great low carb snack for that portion size. I moved all my stuff because of the... So the next thing I got was these True Lemon packets. Again, they're chemically laden, which is not a good choice, right? Like having real foods is best. But I wanted to give it to y'all, and if you are having this and say wanting to make an alcoholic beverage out of it or something else, like you could use this. Ideally having freshly squeezed lemon juice instead is a better choice, or having something else that's fresh, like lime juice where you squeeze it in that's already like juiced, or like getting an actual lime, cutting it, putting it in some water as opposed to this packet would always be my preference as opposed to chemicals. This is chemicals, right? But I know some of y'all drink it. Like, this is Royal Weight Loss meets real life. I used to drink it, so I want to just show it because I know a lot of you guys drink it. Or you mix it with other things, right? It's still a better choice than having a pound of sugar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if this prevents you from eating a whole thing of cookies, rock on with your bad self. And I know in the comments I'm going to get haters over saying this, but like, it's been my experience having been an obese woman now to a woman who's lost 83 pounds. It gradually takes changes. I knew when I was ingesting it, it was poison. Same thing with Diet Cokes, but I needed to have that crutch in order to make this a long-term lifestyle. So if you need a crutch, have a crutch. This is True Lemon. There's the crutch. The next thing is the coconut oil that you can mix in your coffee, in your tea, in your green tea. This is a great high-fat choice. In terms of the product labeling, there's nothing weird added to it. It's bottled by vegetable oils, Columbus vegetable oils, which to me is very scary because that probably, like, it doesn't have vegetable oil in it, but vegetable oil is inflammatory, so being mindful of that. And I don't really trust, like, it's cute, we're gonna use it, but yeah. I don't know. So the macros are 1 tablespoon is 14 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 protein. If you are not hitting your fat macros for the ketogenic diet, this is a great thing that you can add to your coffee. My shoulder for the win. I also got LaCroix. Again, ideally getting non-flavored sparkling water would be best, but Lord knows I wasn't going to do that about a year ago. I was still having tons of these. So if you need that, knowing that the intention is to get to unflavored water, great. Use it as a crutch. And this is a whole liter too, which is fun. I also did get the Propel water. This has electrolytes in it. So being mindful of your electrolytes. If you need pickle juice, get pickle juice and organic pickles and then drink that as opposed to this. This to me is marketing of saying it's electrolyte water. I got it because I wanted to try it. It's watermelon or whatever. It's the G Propel. It's in the Gatorade family. Macros are, it's got 40 grams of potassium. If you want potassium, eat spinach. Spinach has more potassium than a banana. So if you need potassium, just have some spinach, put it on some olive oil so you get your high fats in. But the macros are also, it's saying nothing's in there, right? But we know if it's flavored with something, that potentially could jack with your intermittent fasting. I bought a bunch of it. You'll see some other stuff over here. I got the plain sunflowers. I already showed that. I think I showed all of my keto snacks. Oh, the ranch. The ranch you can get with like low carb vegetables or on top of my keto fried chicken or a low carb fried chicken. You can like, but it has soybean oil, so it's inflammatory. Just knowing clean ingredients, ideally, you know, having clean ingredients like a Primal Ranch, which is expensive. It's not $1. Primal Ranch dressing is not, but you can make your own if you're able. There's a bunch of recipes to make your own ranch dressing to avoid the soybean oil and using something like an avocado oil. I got this from Aldi, this avocado oil, which is not inflammatory and it's a really good high fat source. And the ingredients on this from Aldi were clean. And I want to say this bottle, I don't have the receipt, was maybe $5 or $6. So it's not super expensive for this huge bottle that could feed you for months and months and months and months and months with this. Okay, the other things I got here was, I went a little crazy. I was trying to say my grocery shopping on a budget and keeping my low carb budget, cheap keto meals, like budgeting snacks. And I went a little bit nuts with their fall stuff. So I'll show you my fall stuff I got for my boy. And you can paint this little turkey. I thought that was cute for the grandparents. And you can paint these other little turkeys with the grandparents. How sweet is that? You can decorate this turkey. I thought, like, how cute is that with little sparkles? I thought that was cute. I got him some mustaches. I'm going to put a mustache on and we're going to have a mustache day. I thought that was funny and cute. I got him a new scooper. I don't know why I bought this, y'all. We have our pumpkin carving stuff. I just got sucked into the fall festivities mode. I love fall. I know some of y'all are like, crazy lady, but I love fall. So I got the scooper with the big knife. He'll be very excited to do that with his daddy. I got a little centerpiece table. We're gonna put that up where we eat. Like, I like having our family meals together. It's one thing I would encourage you to do. Make sure your dining room table is set up to actually eat your easy keto meals or your low carb meals, and using cute little decorations like this. And then I got a ton of these. You probably saw a pumpkin one, this one. I'm gonna have my little boy color these, paint them. He'll be very excited to paint them and then make them as Christmas gifts for people. They're napkin holders, which we ironically need a napkin holder, so it kind of fits well. And he can paint it and give it to the grandparents. That was so sweet. The grandparents are probably gonna be like, oh, that's weird, but I think it's cute. So I got those, and then they had like, oh, they had a turkey one too. So my little boy's gonna make for our family a pumpkin and then a turkey, and then I can have those for the rest of his life and pull them out when he's 20 and he brings his girlfriend over home. I'll be like, look at his little turkey. So that was my Dollar Tree haul. I'm super pumped about it. My question of the day is, what is your favorite Dollar Tree item? Put that in the comments below.
If you found this video helpful, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you click subscribe if you want to see future videos on low carb, ketogenic diet, and all things intermittent fasting. And sign up down below for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss email. Thanks so much. Bye guys. See you on the next video.